Hey everybody, Modern World Emporium here, and for today's video, we're going to be covering a banger of a video from The Wall, one of my favorite creators out there. Please remember to like and subscribe. I'm leaving the link to his video in the description. And please like and subscribe to our channel as well. It helps a lot and encourages me to make more videos. So let's get going.
Welcome to The Wall. In today's video, we will see how a woman asks her followers what she can do at 38 years old to get a beta provider. We will also see how women complain that men on dating apps don't know what they want, and how many are tired of not being able to find a relationship. I want you to smash that like button and join the channel by subscribing. Add a little bit of your love to the movement. That's the only contribution we ask for, man. Share your experiences in the comments to guide other men. Without further ado, let's get started.
I'm just going to throw this out there. If you're in your late 30s and you've had a breakup, a toxic relationship breakup, but now you're like happily married with the things that you want in life, maybe at your 40, 41, can you please drop a comment? Please. I just need a little bit of encouragement because this isn't working out. This is clearly not working out.
Like with all these women, we can immediately tell why it's not working out. Because they are selfish, narcissistic, and think only of themselves. And if they have to come on TikTok and record a video where they're like, I just don't get it. Can somebody please give me the validation I so crave to prove I'm not a complete piece of shit? That is how you know that it is entirely their fault that their dating life is in shambles. Let's continue.
It's not working in life on The Wall. Isn't strong and independent your new motto? Aren't single women the happiest in the world? Something isn't working, and I'll tell you what the problem is. Your expectation. You're an average woman who expects to get a high-value man. The problem is that you're a 6, but at 38 years old, now you're a 4 because your biological clock might have expired. So, what should you be looking for? A man who's a 5, a 4, or in the best-case scenario, a 3. But you want a 9. The issue is that those high-value men want younger women with whom they can start a family, and a 40-year-old man can easily date a woman in her 30s or even 25 who can offer him that. Is what I'm saying harsh? Yes, but it's the cold truth. The Wall doesn't forgive. You don't need false encouragement. You need to hear reality. And at your age, you should be the one taking the first step, because waiting for Prince Charming, well, we can all see that's not working for you. So why not change your strategy and go after the man yourself? Maybe you'll get lucky and find a beta provider. But let's see what her audience had to say.
I would honestly go as far as to say that giving her a man that is a 3 is even too much because her absolutely narcissistic attitude makes her a 1. She doesn't deserve anything. And he's also correct. You are a 38-year-old woman who expects a 10 out of 10 guy who makes $300,000 a year, but you can't provide him with a family. And let's be real, women like this never can really provide anything to begin with. They never cook, they never clean, and all they want to do is sit home and look pretty and talk to other Chads and Tyrones behind your back. And every man on the planet has woken up to this, and that is why these women are panicking and constantly recording these shitty TikTok videos for all of us to laugh at.
Do not be worried if you're 38 and single. Do not be worried if you're 48 and single. Do not be worried if you're 28 and single. Do not let society tell you that you are old when you are 38. I am 38, I'm single, I don't have any kids, I've never been married. I spent a lot of years going back and forth on feeling bad about that. Sometimes I wouldn't care, sometimes I would care too much. Like, ooh. Definitely just heard a car wreck. Because of that, a lot of the actions that I took weren't healthy. After a night out, I would hate going home to an empty house, so I would just go after party. If something was no longer serving me in a relationship, I'd cling to it, hang on to it longer, thinking that I can just make this work. If something would end, I would jump back on the dating apps and I'd be like, oh my God, I need to find a date. And that would make me end up feeling worse because I'm very choosy on who I spend my time with. So I'd go on lots of first dates not like anyone, and then think that it was hopeless. I got into some pretty deep therapy from 36 to 37. I went to 2 different retreats at the Meadows. I worked with a therapist. I was with someone that went through sobriety. All the therapy really leveled me out. Once I turned 38, the clock ticking has just dissipated. Such a nice place to be in. At the end of the day, I am not old. I have the rest of my life to find and spend with someone. Yeah, I have never had a burning desire to be a mom. I'd like to have that opportunity with the correct person. I froze my eggs when I was 32 because I was so invested in my career that I knew that was probably a good idea. I would love to meet someone that would make an amazing father. And I'm also coming to terms with the idea of maybe what my life would look like if that doesn't happen for me. And I wish that I had wrapped my head around that years prior. Now, if you're someone that absolutely knows that motherhood is in your future, do not let that dream die. Figure out a way to make it happen, and it'll happen. For me, that just wasn't my number one priority. And that's clear by the decisions I've made in my life. So if you're in your 20s or in your 30s or even in your 40s and you're feeling like everyone else has it together and you're lacking and you're scared, I hope looking at me and my life and my mentality can give you just a little bit of peace. There are other alternatives to ways of living your life that can be very fulfilling and very beautiful, and don't let society tell you otherwise. Okay? All right, love y'all.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Well,
I genuinely can't believe she just sat here and talked for 2.5 minutes straight when you can simply pretty much translate it to, I spent my entire 20s and 30s having ambiguous amounts of sex with Chad and Tyrone. I have been blown through by so many fucking men that my holes aren't even holes anymore, they're craters. It's really, really fucking disgusting. And then she goes on this whole crusade. It's literally so you know how people will say that the world is not real and the world is like a matrix, a computer? It's people like this that reinforce this idea because she is just yet another cookie cutter, boring ass modern woman. Oh, I froze my eggs because of my career. I hate men. Men are not worth it because I'm so great. I'm actually the really great one, when in reality she's a complete fucking loser that chose working probably some shitty $40,000 a year job over having a family, and now she's going to come on TikTok, lie to your face about how happy she truly is. In fact, she even admits basically that she's getting blown out every fucking night when she says she goes to party after party and the after parties, and it's just fucking disgusting. Why would you want a person like this in your life? And then to sit here and try to encourage other women to do this is really gross. And what makes it even funnier to me too is she has to try and slip in at the end, oh yeah, yeah, if you want to be a mother, that's fine too. But you can tell she is rolling her fucking eyes under those glasses. She has no respect for that type of career, quote unquote, or profession. This is just a sad, sad, deluded human being, and I really do hope that she can turn her life around before it's too late. Not that it isn't too late, but hopefully she can at least turn her life around and find some loser simp that'll pay for her shit, because there's no way she's ever going to have a decent person.
congratulations. You've become the man you want to marry. Now, no man, based on what I see from the few you've met, can fill the shoes you yourself created. This isn't about a lack of opportunities. It's about expectations. You already answered yourself in your first video. You're not satisfied with anything, and you don't like anyone. So why ask for help if your inner man has the answer? He's hit the wall and made peace with it. The irony is that she asks her audience of women for encouragement, and then she wants to deliver a motivational message to other women going through the same thing. It's like someone with an illness giving advice to someone else with the same illness. Don't give up, we'll die soon. This is the typical narrative that modern women promote. Women in their 30s or 40s, single and childless, trying to convince themselves that everything is fine, that there's no rush. But the reality is different. Freezing eggs is just a way to avoid facing the consequences of prioritizing a career and partying over building a family. The biological clock doesn't wait, and postponing motherhood to find the perfect father is a risky game. Modern society wants you to believe that being alone is liberating, but what really happens is that time passes and many are left without options. stuck at the wall. We all know the wall doesn't forgive.
Question.
Pretty much exactly what I said as well. This woman is a disgusting partier who wasted her entire youth partying and having sex with multiple men. She, of course, doesn't admit that part on camera, but you know, we all know the second they admit that they party all the time, you know they are getting blown out left and right. There's just no reason to even be around them at that point. And she is going to go to her audience who have all done the same thing, partied their whole lives and ruined everything for encouragement and validation that she did the right thing. It's dumb. It's like going to your mechanic and asking your mechanic for advice on how to redo like your flooring, and then taking his advice as fact and being like, see, look, you see, what I was doing, it looks wrong, yeah, but it's not a mistake. I mean, this guy said it was fine. That's pretty much what she's doing, and it's actually hilarious in my opinion.
Question for men that are on dating apps that are around the age of 30 or above 30. What is it you're still figuring out? Because I would love to know. Because I'm 27 soon. I'm 26, 27 in a couple of months. And I know what I want. Like, I want a relationship, I want marriage, I want a house, I want kids. At the age of 34, what is it you're still figuring out? You want kids, that's fine, you've made that clear in your profile. But what other things are you still figuring out? What are you not sure about at 34, even though you want kids, but you're not? What is it you're still figuring out?
It's not that men are figuring something out. Men are evaluating what you're going to bring into their lives. From what I see, you only have demands for what you want, but you don't mention what you're offering. That's where the problem lies. When you sell a product, it's supposed to help meet a need for the person buying it, not the other way around. This woman is looking for a beta provider, a man who can secure her financially for the long term. She's not in wife energy. She's in search of a ring, of checking off goals on her list. A man can sense that. If you want a man to give you the ring, you first have to convince him that adding you to his life brings value, that his life will be better with you, that his life with you will have more purpose than his single life. Right now, with everything feminists have said, men have become highly self-sufficient and don't see much value in marriage, beyond having kids, and some can have kids without giving any ring. Men don't have the same biological urgency as women to have children, so they can afford to wait. They are in their prime from 28 to 45, with good years ahead and more options with women if they have a stable life. So, it's better for you to start evaluating what you can offer a man.
The hilarious part in all of this is how deluded she is into thinking that this is a men's problem, and definitely not her being the problem at all. The reason that men, quote unquote, don't have it together is because they're evaluating you, like he says in his part of the commentary. They are evaluating you to see if you are worth their time. It's not that they don't have it together, they just don't meet your ludicrously ridiculous standards, like having $400,000 a year or driving three Bugattis, because apparently, you know, every man on the planet should, quote unquote, should be doing that, which is fucking ridiculous. These women, and on top of that, I'm going to be straight here. Take one look at the woman in this picture. She literally looks like a grandmother. She's ugly. She's has fugly, ill-fitting clothing on, and you're gonna come on here and dare say anything about men not living up to what you want? Are you joking me right now? Like, are you kidding me? Watch, I guarantee you. Once again, remember, I go into these videos completely blind when I watch them. If he covers another clip of her, I can guarantee you she is going to say, "Oh my, looks like I made the incels mad, girls. Look, it looks like I made all the incels upset," and just let her audience of obese 30-year-olds validate her shitty opinions. Really, really disgusting stuff.
Girls, I've really upset some men in my previous video. Go and have a look and just look at some of the comments, because some men are getting very defensive
Absolutely 110% called that one. Let's hear what dog shit's gonna spew out of her mouth now.
and are not happy with my complaint on dating apps. But it's also been quite funny because all of the women that are commenting are just having the same opinion as me and are commenting on the same issue that I had. But yeah, there's about 100 men not content or not happy with women not being happy with how they operate on dating apps. So if you're looking for some entertainment, have a look at my previous video.
Oh my God!
And here's the problem. You keep asking men questions, but you're not listening to them. You just say men aren't happy because they aren't meeting women's demands, but instead of focusing on what these men are telling you. Of course, women complain about dating apps because men don't operate the way they expect. But you know what? Men aren't happy with women's behavior on these apps either. The issue is that women have unrealistic expectations and get frustrated when they don't receive the attention or commitment they think they deserve. Instead of blaming men for not meeting those expectations, maybe they should look inward and ask themselves what they're bringing to the table. High-value men aren't there to validate your complaints. They're looking for women who bring value, not drama.
This video is going to blow your mind. So a popular dating app done a survey to find out why the men users were on the app, and the results are quite disturbing. So the age ranges that were polled were 18 to 34. We're going to give the blues some benefit of the doubt. We're going to pretend they're all 18 and 19. However, the next two, so 35 to 54 and then 55 plus, these results are alarming, seriously alarming. These are all men's answers. So essentially the question was, why are you on the dating app? Are you ready for this? Because I'm not. Prefer not to say, what? I don't really understand what that means. Next one, don't know. Next one, other. Like, what is wrong with these people? Like, they cannot answer like a basic question concerning to see what the app is like. Why? Oh my god, the next one. To have something fun, interesting to do. Why would anyone go on a dating app to find something fun or interesting to do? Is it just me that it is absolutely the trenches out there? Crazy. To boost my self-esteem. I'm not surprised by that one. So you've got, yeah, about 30% are saying that. To cheat on my significant other. Oh my dear god. But we will say kudos to the 55 plus. None of them have said that, and it is a low percentage but still quite tragic and horrifying. To have casual sex, 30%, not surprised by that, but at least people are being honest. To find a non-exclusive romantic partner. So does that then not fall into casual sex? I'm really confused why that would be too. So pen pals. We're going to get to pen pals in a minute because there are a lot of men who are on dating apps to be a pen pal. It's really weird. It's like a new phenomena. To find an exclusive partnership, kudos, 50% are on there. So basically means 50% of men who are on dating apps are not looking for an exclusive relationship. And then to make platonic non-romantic relationships, so if you take 25% and then 30%, so it's 55% of men who are essentially looking for pen pals. Now all of the women on here will agree with me. I've experienced this numerous times myself, where men genuinely want to be pen pals. They don't want to meet you. They want to they literally could go weeks on end, months on end, year on end probably, and just chat to you on a dating app. Guys, why do you do that? It's so bizarre. Like, yeah, I'm actually really curious. Any females that this has happened to, can you please put a comment? Because I'm going to actually, based on this, do a poll from this video. So for the men who do this, why do you do it? And for the women who see this video, please can you put something in the comments, because it is alarming the number of men who do that. Anyway, are you surprised by the results? Because I'm not. but it is also concerning. I feel like there's, yeah, it's kind of wild out there.
That is honestly a whole lot to talk about right now. To start off with that first woman right here, pretty much she tries to frame it as a huge gotcha that men are counterpointing her absolutely abysmal fucking talking points, which is just stupid on her part because she just looks really dumb. He's correct here. Why the fuck would you go to women who are in the exact same situation as you to validate your horrible choices instead of looking for an outward opinion from someone who doesn't do this normally? It just, honestly, most of the women that make these TikTok videos are unbelievably stupid to begin with, so I'm not shocked that they would make a really, really bad decision like that. But what really blows my mind, like I said, is that she tries to frame it like it is the man's fault that she can't get a date or that they just don't want to deal with women like her. Now, moving on to this second woman that he talks about after his little bit of commentary here, what an actual nightmare of a person. So she has to, of course, break out some statistics about dating apps, about how god awful men are and how men are looking for only casual flings. But what she fails to mention here is the reason that women like her are struggling on these apps is because they refuse to stop talking to the top 10% of guys that are on these apps, and only those top 10% of guys. All these women that endlessly make these shit videos about how stupid men are on dating apps and how awful men are all talking to the same men. I know you hear this in every single one of these videos, but it is the truth. They all buddy up and sleep with the same men over and over and over again because these men have options and they know they can use these women over and over again because they are attractive. These women, being absolute brainlets, can't seem to figure that part out, so have to just do a eternal loop to blame every man on the planet for their endless amount of failures, and it's really, really funny. You can flash as many statistics about men wanting casual sex or not wanting a romantic partner. My other favorite thing is how she almost like throws up in her mouth at the thought of a date being fun and adventurous instead of a shitty, because we know what she means. She's mad because it's not a sit down dinner date where she can order $80 worth of food for herself and her friends back at home and then screw the guy out of that money and then never talk to him again, which is why she squawks at a fun date idea, as they say. And it's just really, really sad stuff. These types of women are going to be alone forever. They're really, really pathetic and they're really, really sad. With that, I am going to conclude the video. I'm going to leave a link to the original video in the description if you'd like to watch the little last bit of commentary. Thank you again to The Wall for creating this piece of content. And please like and subscribe to my video. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out, guys.